Alright guys, so in this video we're going over how to solo this week's Nightfall, the Dust Palace, with the Nightstalker. This is something I'm going to try to do every single week. We'll do individual videos for each class, so one video for a Warlock, one video for a Titan, and one for a Hunter. Last one was with a Warlock, so this one's going to be with a Hunter, and then I'll have links in the descriptions for the other ones. Thank you to everyone who gave me feedback. This is going to be trying to mesh with all of the feedback that you guys gave me, so hopefully this helps out. And let's go ahead and get into the modifiers. So our Epic, which is going to be on every Nightfall. Void Burn, so get those Void weapons and subclasses. Berserk, Means of Darkness won't flinch no matter what. Ironclads, more enemies have shields, which you don't really run into, and Catapult, grenade charge rate is greatly increased. So yeah, that's the modifiers. This is my setup. Shade Step is just my personal preference. It makes it easier to get away. Lockdown is a must. Grenades and smoke last twice as long. Vanishing Smoke is again my personal preference. Black Hole, you can either switch that in and out with Bloodbound, depending on what your preference is. And then again, Spike Grenade, my personal preference. And that is just so when I throw a grenade, I know exactly where it's going to go and what direction it's pointing. Yeah, and then of course, Devil's Dawn and Dark Drinker, Void weapons. Pretty much use what you will there, as long as they are void. Dark Drinker though, if you have it, I would say whip it out. Very useful, especially for the boss fight. So this part is particularly not too bad. There's no void damaging enemies here. I like to start off on this side because there is a Centurion that comes out. Throw your grenade and then just kind of use that back door from where you came from as cover. It's really pretty easy. Just take out the few guys, and then once you kill all this first wave, second wave, you're actually going to want to run. You don't have to. This is what I was doing. Run to that other end. There's going to be 2 Scions that'll spawn in. Just throw a grenade behind them, and you should be. That should take him out. And then this is also when the major Scion is going to spawn. He spawns down in the middle along with 2 additional Scions. So not a hard room. Once you kill the major, the door opens up and you're good to run into the next area. Alright, so next up is this guy right here. The Colossus. Kill him as quick as possible. He's not doing void damage, but he does do damage. And then there's going to be 2 legionaries. I forget what they're called. But on these stairs, one's usually there and one's further down on the left. And then there's going to be Centurions, or Phalanx, my bad. And also at least 1 Legionnaire, usually if he's not already killed by these Vex. As you can see, 1 Hobgoblin, 2 normal Goblins. Again, not hard. Open up or activate the door and then run to the far other end, and you're going to want to have a grenade or a super here, whichever you prefer. I threw a grenade, both if you really want to. There's going to be a couple Legionnaires and that guy right there, that Centurion. Not hard. And then down below there's going to be, I believe, 2 Centurions and 4 or 5 Legionnaires. And then your, again, major Scion will spawn, as long as 2 or 3 regular Scions. So again, another really easy room. You just kind of go through. You do have to watch your health a little bit with those Centurions. They do damage, but other than that, it's a fairly easy room. And once you kill this guy, the door opens and you're good to go into the next one. Alright, so in this next room there's going to be about 5 or 6 goblins. You're going to see them right there. One spike grenade usually takes them all out. And then there's going to be, if I remember correctly, 1 centurion and 4 or 5 legionnaires. I usually pick this side right here. It's just my preference. Either area is about equally safe. So take out the centurion and then worry about the lesser guys at your leisure. Just kind of take your time. There's no need to rush, really. This is a pretty short Nightfall. So as long as you don't have any dumb deaths, which luckily this time around I don't have. Change of pace, right? And then activate the room. Now there is sometimes a glitch in this area where the room with that the goblins and hobgoblins spawn in, that room right there, will spawn those, and you won't actually be able to get in, so you will have to kill yourself. But it shouldn't be too strenuous on your Nightfall run. You want to come here to get the Colossus and the 2 phalanxes. Those 2 are your main concern. And then in this next room there's going to be 2 harpies and a minotaur. So if you can get the minotaur first, great. But he is your primary concern. Harpies don't do void damage. After that, come down here to kill the major scion again. And then there's also going to be 2, I believe 2, sometimes it's 3 scions that spawn up there. You don't have to get them to get your gold tier. Don't even worry about them unless you want to. Then next come down in here. This one gets a little bit tricky. It's the wave before the boss fight. I believe there's 4 or 5 phalanxes and about the same amount of legionnaires. It's not very hard if you take your time, use your grenades wisely. They're spawning back pretty quick, obviously with catapult, but you know, you still have a need to use them sparingly to a degree. But this is pretty much your safe spot for this part. As you can see with those grenades, taking them down really quick. And then yeah, so just take out these guys and then activate it. And then when you spawn the bosses, the silent flares, it's really up to you which one you do first. My personal preference is on the landing bay, where you'll see me run to in just a second, to get that guy, just because that's where the ships fly in, and those ships still do massive damage, like a pretty decent amount of damage per shot. So I like to kill this guy, get him out of the way, and then when you run back, enemies are spawning in. It's not just the bosses. So honestly, if you're a lower light level, go to the left, because a lot of guys, as you'll see, come out of that top door, and it's kind of trap-ish, whereas the left side tends to be a little bit safer as far as spawns go. But focus on the enemies. As you can see, 22 minutes. Even if you've got 15 minutes, you still got more than enough time to take out all the ads. And honestly, it's what you want to do, because it's just safer. You don't want to be worrying about, oh, more ads are spawning and I still have all these ads to go. So, you know, just take your time. Focus on the ads. The bosses won't come up to this area, so you're safe. This is why I'm using Vanish, because it does come in handy. And again, spike grenades, perfect example of why I prefer them to void wall grenades. You can run down here if you need to cover your health, but it's pretty much this over and over again. So with the next wave, though, you are going to get, I believe it's the next wave. It's either this wave or the next wave that you'll get 2 Colossus, and sometimes I was getting in the second wave 2 major Centurions, which are a bit of a hassle, but nothing too major to worry about. And then with the Colossus, the same. Just if you want to stick up here, you can actually duck down behind this, and you'll be able to dodge their those rockets they shoot at you. And then yeah, so go down. Yeah, so second wave is definitely majors. You can see them there. But once you do that, just take them on, take down the boss, run back to your safe spot, which is back here. You can see I cannot jump. Haven't played Destiny in a couple days. But yeah, pretty easy Nightfall if you take your time. You don't have to be rushing as hard as I am. As you can see, I almost died because I'm really trying to get this done quickly. I don't know why, but so you take down all the ads, try not to die, and then yeah, you're pretty much set. So that's gonna do it for this video, guys. I'm gonna let the rest of the Nightfall run out so you can see exactly how I played it. Let me know in the comment section down below how you fared. How do you like this setup better? I know I got a lot of comments saying you don't have to talk through the whole thing, and some people were saying nah, I like the step-by-step guide. So this is kind of a mix of both worlds. So if you have any suggestions, I'm always open for constructive criticism. Constructive criticism, as long as it is constructive. If you're just being an asshole, I might remove your comment. Just saying. But yeah, other than that, let me know what you think. Let me know how you did. Leave a like if you liked the video, if it helped you out. Subscribe if you're new to the channel. We don't just do Nightfall guides, we do news updates, we do weapon reviews, we do Titanfall 2 weapon reviews. I'm not sure what I'm going to work on next as far as that goes, but it'll eventually happen. And yeah, share this video with your friends. Let them know kind of the easiest way to run this Nightfall with a hunter. Other than that, I will talk to you.